Wisdom is the key to thrive.
And knowledge to share.
Rise with the wise.
Okay. Welcome, guys.
Hello, wisdom mirrors and wisdom mirrors.
Yes.
Welcome, guys, to our second episode, which is about our team members, right?
Yep.
Hello, Adnan. Hello, Atif. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great.
All good.
Great. Yes.
Fantastic. Where are we today? What are we doing? What are we gonna discuss today?
So today it's gonna be about you.
Oh, about me?
Yes, today's
Oh my
gonna be
gosh.
about you, Veronica. So we have to start from ourselves in order to go to other guests. And as always, we try to bring wisdom to the table. Things gonna be beneficial for the people. Only the good stuff.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So Atif, first question, yours or mine?
Gotta go for it first.
You go for it first. Go ahead.
It's an easy
Veronica.
question for you, that's why.
Yes, go ahead.
So let's know, Veronica, who exactly is Veronica? Could you tell us a bit more about where you're born and raised, where you're coming from?
I was born, let's say, geographically speaking, I was born in Republic of Moldova.
Okay.
I consider myself actually a citizen of the world because from what I've been experiencing in my life until now and the countries I traveled, and not only by my profession, because at the moment I am a flight attendant, so I do travel obviously a lot with the job. But before being a flight attendant, I have lived in around 7 countries and traveled on all the continents. So yeah, born in Republic of Moldova, finished my studies in there, only the high school, and then I went to Romania. I studied my bachelor degree in Romania, and I took a 2 years gap because I wanted to go for a master. I wanted to continue my studies, and I went. I just worked in those 2 years, saved some bucks, and then I decided to go to France to do a master.
Amazing.
Bachelor in languages, French, English, and international business. In between, let's say I've developed life skills that I'm very proud until today, and I guess we will discover them slowly in this interview.
Perfect.
So voila.
Atif, I'm gonna take the second question.
That's alright.
Veronica, you're multi-talented. You have a lot of skills. All the people that knows you know that, and myself, I admire it. What is that one thing? I know that you are good in acting, you're good in public speaking, you're good in content creation also. You did some acting.
I did
yes.
some more, yeah. Some
Yes.
of them are on the way, which I'm very proud and
Amazing.
looking forward to.
Amazing. What is that thing? That one talent to people to remember you with?
I caught one word from what you're saying, Adnan, and that is remember. You know,
Yeah.
one of my favorite quotes is, people will forget what you do, people will forget what you say, but
Yes.
people will
Yeah.
never forget how you make them feel, right?
Exactly.
So, in anything that I do, professionally and personally, if there is something that people, or I would like people to know about me, is to remember me how I made them feel, in the sense that I think when you meet someone, it's not about you, about them.
Yeah.
So I measure the human relationship in the amount of giving you can actually give to people. So I met someone 10 years ago, okay? And then maybe I met him or her after 5 years. And then I suddenly meet them, let's say now in Dubai, right? They will not maybe remember my name. Maybe they will not remember how I look like. But definitely there will be something that will remind them how they felt. For example, you know, I helped them, or I have
Maybe you supported them
or
in some
supported
hard
them,
times.
yeah. So if there is something that I want people to remember is the way that I could help them, you know, so that will be staying a memorable moment.
Amazing. Very well said, Veronica. Very well said. Atif?
I hope you will remember me as well.
Yes. Thank you, Veronica. That was very insightful.
So you mentioned the memories and maybe actions that you've done that people would remember you for.
Fragile, you want to say?
Yes,
Fragile, yes.
While maybe you are more confident due to all all you've done across your life, what are those few actions that you would say that someone should carry out to be more wise and rise with it? You know, something that they can do to probably be not a failure.
See, the moment actually we say, I think I'm a failure, or I think I'm not confident, or I think I cannot do, it's already creating or putting a barrier on yourself. So I think in order for someone, to develop a certain character they want to be, or a certain behavior they want to have, it's simply visualize or understand what or who you want to be. So, but this is a tremendous amount of work, because often we see people, oh, I want to be, I don't know, an actress, a presenter, a businessman, a this, a this, a this. They just put names out there, but they don't question themselves, what do I need to do to get there? So I think first thing, yeah.
They don't think about the how. Or you think they think about where they want to go, but
they're thinking about the what, which is perfectly okay. But for me, it's more of like when you think about what, then you have to internalize it, because what is an object or a subject or an image that we have, right? Now, if you don't internalize it, if you don't visualize it, it's just the what. It remains a hanging, a hanging goal or a hanging purpose, which you're not working towards it.
Totally.
So I think first is establishing what you want to be. Once you establish it, internalize it, visualize it.
Perfect.
And then let the universe figure it out how.
So we're talking about law of attraction here.
Absolutely. Are you reading too?
And you say, I mean, the law of attraction is for real.
It is for real.
It is for real.
real. I don't know,
The
maybe
vibe,
like a couple.
when you vibe on the high frequency or on the positive frequency or on the success frequency, you attract the people that are like that.
Absolutely.
You think
Absolutely.
miserably, you will attract miserable people. You think successfully, you will bring successful people to your life.
100%, and there's a lot of people saying that this is just theory, this is just, a blah blah blah, how they call it, but it is not true, and it happened, like, for me personally, every single time I have a project or I want to do something, I do not skip the stage of preparation, of visualization, of internalizing what I want to do. First, to come it from inside, and then put it out there, and then figure it out how.
Perfect. Veronica, you lived in a lot of countries, just like you said earlier on. From these countries that you visited, if you can share like few experiences, and I want you to mention every country you lived in and to describe that country with 3 words only. For example, Moldova, 1, 2, 3. France, 1, 2, 3. Romania, 1, 2, 3. On and on.
Okay, that's a
Let's
very
go
funny,
ahead, Yella.
That's a very funny question. Moldova. Okay, one of the biggest wine caves.
Wine
which
cave?
people don't know.
Okay.
Beautiful women.
Okay.
I'm not shy. It's okay.
Okay. That's
and
2.
ex-Soviet country.
Excellent.
We will explain later on that.
Okay.
Romania. Almost same goes to Romania. Beautiful mountains, nature,
Okay.
nature, and architecture.
Amazing. France.
Croissant.
Croissant. You made me hungry
Paper.
now. Okay.
Paper war.
Paper
lot
war.
of paper war.
Okay.
Strikes.
Strikes. Oh.
Sorry, French people. Sorry. I'm
Vous
very
inquiétez
sorry.
pas.
French.
Okay.
US.
US.
My first encounter with African Americans. This might
Okay.
sound.
Weird. Okay. Okay. So US, your first encounter with the African Americans.
Yes.
2.
Yeah. Huge land.
Huge land. Okay. So we're talking about
Dreams.
dreams. You're seeing people that
Dreams.
are living the American dreams there. So the American dream is for real
That's
there.
what I saw. That's what I saw when I went to US. That's what I saw.
Oh.
And that's why I came back.
I believe that there's opportunities everywhere.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
absolutely. One more country.
China.
China. 3 words.
Tao, yi, son, si. That's Chinese.
Did you get it?
Didn't understand.
This is Chinese. Chinese.
So can you translate, darling?
1, 2, Tao. Taoism or Tao.
Taoism. Okay.
Philosophy.
2. So philosophy.
E and R. These are 2 other words. 1 and 2. 1 and 2, Taoism. 3 words.
I want 3 adjectives. China.
Well, I don't know adjectives in Chinese. I just told you what
Just
I know.
describe it. How was it? Just like you did with all these countries previously.
Is it that overpopulated, like it looks? Or
Crowded, like
Let's go for crowded.
Philosophy.
Philosophy.
One more.
And
Cultural, too much culture showing there, or
and Zen. Zen.
Okay.
Zen.
Okay. So there is Zen.
Yeah. Belgium.
Belgium.
We'll skip Belgium.
So we're gonna do
I
all
cannot,
that.
I cannot have sugar. I cannot have sugar at the moment, so we'll skip Belgium. We'll go to India.
Chocolate.
So we're doing all countries.
India.
We'll go to India.
India.
Okay, let's
for
just make
India.
this short. How many countries have you been to?
He must
These
be
are
having a-
these are the countries I lived in.
These countries that
It's
you
not
lived
I've
in.
been to.
Not
It's I've
visited.
lived in.
So you've stayed in
Lived.
China as well.
I've stayed in China. I've stayed in India. Okay, we went for what do you say? India.
Yeah.
Okay, for India it's Mondatura, Ofavite he, Enough? Okay.
Enough.
And here we are in UAE.
All right. What about
Okay,
you?
so-
السلام عليكم في
وعليكم السلام ورحمة
في حلقة
الله.
جديدة في حلقة ثانية صح؟
Egypt.
Yeah,
لا
it's-
مش مصر مش مصر أكيد
Okay.
أنا بتكلم بالمصري بس يعني
So, okay,
ما أقدرش-
what
ما
would you
أقدرش.
say about Egypt?
Egypt?
Yeah.
We're talking about UAE. No, I haven't lived in Egypt.
Wait,
Egypt.
you didn't describe India because the gentleman here.
I did.
jumped.
He was
sang a song.
impressed.
She,
yeah.
she said 3 words. I didn't understand.
There's
sang
no
a song.
need to understand. Sometimes.
What was the translation of what she said?
I think the guy is offbeat, but he wears white something.
I don't know the translation. I just learned.
I have
just
to
learned
hear it again, but
Munda
Okay.
Tora, Ofabitehe.
yeah, the guy is a bit offbeat.
Kerkudetinal, Boltsitehe.
I think it's something else.
So it's like a love song or something.
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
like a flirty song.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I did when
Egypt.
I
I
was
want to know
in
about
India.
Yeah.
Egypt
That's what I did when I was
because
in
I'm
India.
a fan. I'm a fan of Egyptian food. I want to know about Egypt.
Ooh, Egyptian food. What can I tell you? Egyptian food.
Egypt.
Egypt.
The experience of Egypt.
Listen, I went to Egypt and I think I could have been married to
An Egyptian guy. Okay.
an Egyptian guy.
Okay.
Egyptian guys are very flirty, very flirty, very flirty. They
Okay.
can, they see you and they just say Salaam alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan. And,
So Egypt, 3 words.
3 words: soul,
Soul,
power,
power,
That's strong.
fun,
fun.
Fun.
Whoa.
Fun.
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
fun. A lot. كتير أوي. Fun. إزاي fun بالمصري وبالعربي؟
مرح.
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 مرح كتير.
I want to know, as you're so successful, or let's put it this way, you're a strong woman, okay?
Obviously.
Yes, no doubt about it. I mean, I don't see the muscles, but
The
it's alright.
pump.
I meant like emotionally, mentally, not physically that
Yes.
much, but you'd be there someday.
Okay.
But
you need to go to the gym.
yes,
Okay.
you do. I want to know for women, how can they have to, what do you call that word? Sculpture their life?
Sculpture.
Sculpture.
Sorry, my bad.
Sculpting, yeah.
Sculpt their life
Yes.
to reach somewhere close to your potential or their potentials, whatever their potential is. And how do they time manage? Because you have so many things, so many hobbies on board. How do you time manage? So any tips for people who, let's put it this way, just straight up for women that want to grow in their life, that want to be successful? Few quick tips on time management
Yeah.
and how to sculpt their future.
I feel bad seeing a lot of women, once they get married or once they commit to a career or to a job, they cut everything else they used to do. For example, if a girl works for a bank, she drops her drawings, her arts, and a lot of things that she used to do. And that happens with a lot of women. And I believe that nobody should drop any talent or any potential that he has, or she has also. So Veronica, what's your answer? What do you say for all these ladies watching us right now and futurely? What do you tell them?
I'll do the reverse. So I'll start with what you ended. I think it's very important when you say a woman, gets married and then she drops her hobbies. Or
Not only get
whatever,
married,
yeah.
whatever whatever the career or whatever she's working on, she drops all her talents and all her potentials aside.
So I would go here
Yeah.
and actually encourage men to be more aware of this and to be more careful on actually what's happening after, let's say, personal or professional engagement. So I would suggest and I would make a call now for men to support us in our, professional or personal journeys. This is one.
Okay.
Second,
Yeah.
everyone has 24 hours in their life, right?
Yes.
Men,
Yes.
women, even animals, and even the planet. We have 24 hours in a day. Now, what we do with that 24 hours, it's absolutely up to us. So when we say time management and when you hear people saying, I don't have time, I didn't have time, well, what's the difference between me and you, Ate, for me and you, Adnan, that I can do it and you cannot do it?
It's the focus, cutting the distractions, I believe.
Absolutely, absolutely, and many other more things. So now, if you're thinking you don't have time, you won't have time. If you're thinking you have all the time in the world, you will have time in the world, all the time in the world. Now, it's a question of, obviously, like anything else. It's a management. You take your 24 hours, you split them in, I don't know, 1 hour you want to read. Focus, commit to it, stick to it, read for 1 hour. And nowadays, come on, there is so much technology. You don't need to...
Put your phone aside.
Yeah.
Put the distractions aside.
Or use your phone, or use your phone wisely.
Yes.
Listen to an audiobook instead of scrolling on Instagram or TikTok.
Social media.
Or
Totally-
social media
totally
or
agree.
whatever. There is
Yeah.
so many channels with audiobooks.
Audiobooks,
do your
videos.
YouTube, do your videos, do your...
Also meditation now, I'm seeing a lot of meditation applications on the mobile phone.
Yeah, so nobody says throw your phone. Use your phone
Wisely.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, absolutely. And then read. I think reading is the best investment you can ever do in your life.
Yes.
And there is no way in 24 hours one human being cannot put aside 20 minutes per day to read.
Yes. Totally.
To read.
Totally.
And then I love to say this, and this is very important. I
Yeah.
think that's why we are here for a reason. You are the average of 3 or 5 people. What they say, 3 or 5 people that you're spending. My favorite number is 7, so I would put 7, number 7. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll make my own version. You're the average of 7 people.
If you
you're
hang out
spending
with
time
6
with.
losers or 7 losers, you will be the number 8.
Absolutely.
If you hang out with 7 successful people,
Yeah,
You will
like
be also
how do you
very-
expect to spend some time, your time with someone? Let's say you spend 3 or 4 hours with a friend that you see every other day,
okay.
and all you do is just go shopping and go chase the girls or the guys
Gossiping.
for us, or gossiping.
Gossiping.
And
Yeah.
you expect to have what in return?
You're wasting time.
Absolutely. So choose your people wisely on who you spend time with, what your talks are. It's very important. For me, for example, I feel the vibe from the first 3 sentences. I meet a person, if the person,
Yeah.
and then there's certain category of people that you'll see, there will never be a gratitude, for example, in the whole conversation. There will never be an appraisal for someone, or there will never be, or congratulations, I care for you, I push you, what can I do for you, you know? And
Yeah.
there will be, some people will be mixed, and there will be people who will always be up and positive. Of course, we are having our ups and downs, but as in, when you look at the person, like my suggestion is take a piece of paper and then put all the people that you know, and then see what type of time you're spending with them. Literally just put it on the paper and you will be like, oh, actually, I need to cut a lot of people in my life, right? Because they are
Cut
wasting
the
my
people
time.
you do not trust. Cut the people who doesn't add any value or any good to your life, obviously.
Yeah. And seek to improve yourself. Seek knowledge. Seek to grow. So, and it's not that difficult. People are like, where do I go? What do I do? Starting with the circles, let's say for teenage, they have so many educational out-scholars circles, right?
Yes, they do.
Then at university also there is so
You
many
can
other
use the
extracurricular-
meetup website or
yeah,
application. and-
extracurricular activities they can do. The opportunities are unlimited. Take your circles, seek wisdom, and read.
Veronica, my signature question. Are you afraid that the best day of your life has already passed? What's your answer?
No.
Elaborate.
First, I don't think there should be such a feeling or emotions as afraid of.
Okay.
Because let's look at it. Am I afraid if my best day of my life has passed?
Okay.
Now, comparing it to what? What have I lived until now to understand what could be my best day of my life? Now, if I'm looking, let's say, hypothetically speaking, let's say I know my life until now and I put it myself on a timeline and I see my future, okay, and I say, oh, this is going to be my day. This is going to be the day where I'll blow, okay? Do I know the future?
Yeah.
Am I going there? Yes, I'm going there. But compared to what? Because if I'm putting myself, let's say, if I'm putting the hook to my best life, to my best day of my life, it means I'm not living the present.
Cool.
It means I'm attaching myself to something that I don't even know if it's going to happen. I'm attaching myself to a feeling, to an emotion that I don't even know if it's going to fulfill my best day. So what I would say is that making the most out of each and every moment, it is the best day of my life, or the best moment. So no, I'm not afraid. And yes, my best day of my life is every single moment that I live.
Amazingly said.
So I don't think we need to attach ourselves to if I will be, if I will be, if I will be.
We will end it with the wise signature question. For everybody who hears us, go ahead, Atif.
I would just want to say,
How
I
people.
thought that was a very profound question.
It is.
What is-
for all of them out here, they would always want to know, maybe if you could give us just a one line or maybe like 10 words on how to become wiser.
How to become wiser. Look to
Yeah.
the cam.
How to become wiser. 10 words, one line.
Yes.
I know it's short, but too short.
Yes.
Seek to grow, read, look out at your time, manage, focus, be humble, create, and dare. I think daring to do things, it encompasses all the other things because they are kind of theoretical notions, but if you don't take action, it means if you don't dare to do them, doesn't matter what happens after, right? You have to put up yourself out there. So I think all of this combined into taking action on them would make you wiser actually, because that's gonna be your experiences. That's where you're gonna learn from. That's where you're gonna meet people with like-minded people. That's where you're gonna develop yourself. That's where you're gonna fail. That's where you're gonna succeed. That's where you're gonna maybe develop other skills, which will develop into other passions and hobbies.
Yep. Exactly. Thank you, Veronica.
Thank you,
Thank you, Atif.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for watching us, and stay tuned.
Thank you. Subscribe and comment and follow us, guys.
Yes.
Tell us what you think. Tell us what you think also.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
people
comment
say,
back.
comment,
Yes,
yeah.
comment.
How they could be kind of wiser.